iPhone versus Android. Which one is the best for coders? Let's mention that this video is not about the users which gonna buy and use the smartphones. This video is about the developers which gonna create an applications for these operating systems. Comparing gonna be on making profit, beginner friendly, and perspectives as a mobile developer in this spectrum. Let's get started. Let's start where actually everything is getting started. Beginner friendly. Comparing to web developers, to become a mobile developer is just way more expensive. In the case of web developer, you can purchase your domain name and hosting for just a couple of bucks. So in the case of mobile developer, you should purchase way more better PC. If you want to make a product for Apple ecosystem, you have to purchase a MacBook. Even if you buy pretty much expensive PC for Android development and pretty much luxurious MacBook for iOS development, you have to pay extra $25 in the case of Android for a license in the Play Market. But in the case of Android, your license gonna be lifelong. Whereas in Android, you have to pay $99, around like $100 per year. It's just 5 times more expensive than in Android. This possibly play one of the main roles, because when you are making your pet projects, you have to invest way more money in your education and career than, for example, web developers or any of them. So let's dive into money. On the average, Android app developers earn around $144,000 each year. And this figure is a little bit higher than the regular iOS developer. And the reason for this is that the Android dominates the market. And being an Android developer is way more demand profession than an iOS developer. We actually say that there is a huge demand for Android app developers or entirely app developers in the huge area. That's quite an understatement of the huge gap which we have in informational technology. The biggest reason for this is the 6.3 smartphone users from all over the world. So the need for hiring and rating app developers to the companies is clearly evident with this figure. Well, the actual next part which I'm going to deliver to you is most likely gonna be bonus part than your perspective as a mobile developer, because all these things which I'm going to deliver in this part are gonna be more about me if I would like to go in mobile developing. One of the huge gaps in the iOS system is that it's only on Apple devices. Well, you cannot go to Walmart and go the Samsung with pre-installed new fresh iOS 16 on it. It's just how Apple works. And by the way, it was not always like that. In the late 90s, when Steve Jobs came back to their company, he just stopped manufacturing process. And the most beating part is exactly here. When the Android have likely to be 2.5 billion users from all over the world on only smartphones, there are only 1 billion users of Apple devices from entire world. And well, as you can see, Android development beats iOS development in approximately all 3 categories which I have told you about. Make slightly more money than the average iOS developer. You have higher perspectives as an Android developer because of the devices which use Android as an operating system, and because of the Play Market platform fees and flexibility, because for Android you can code on Linux, Windows or macOS, whereas on iOS system you have to code only on macOS. And that's why Android is the winner of today's video. See you next time.